This is the behind the scenes of The Moon is Getting Closer. Yeah.
Do I like say anything or what?
Well, I mean, you can. It's the behind the scenes.
Welcome to the behind the scenes of The Moon is Getting Closer short film. This is good. Oh. Put that right there.
Here we are, behind the
Anything
scenes.
for the behind the scenes. Oh my god.
Take 3.
Shot 1.
Yeah, they're on their side.
Woo!
No, this ties like that, isn't it?
No, it won't. It'll be fine.
Pete, no, there's no way this is Peter.
So I'm still like fixing this braking thing. I don't really like it.
Here is the editing breakdown for The Moon's Getting Closer. We're going to start off from the beginning and work our way through. So to begin with here, we just started off with the static, and we have like the backroom sound effects here. We have, I think, 3 sound effects layered over the TV static, the warping sound, as well as when the TV comes on, just like that. So we have it turned on and off here, and then we have the TV static again, layered with the TV static sound effects, the 2 warping sound effects here, and then full warp into the church scene. Then all this is basically just raw footage, so we left it how it was. And here where it gets a little bit more heavily edited. So here we needed a cut from in between running out of the church and then down the street. So we have kind of a cross dissolve here, which you can't really see. I'll let it play out. You can't really see the cut there. When you're looking at the timeline, obviously it's easier to see, but when you're watching the film, you're not able to see that kind of pretty seamless cut, I'd say. So the last part is where the most amount of the editing came in. So we first started here with the black eyes. So you can see here with the graphics, I was able to use After Effects to track like a black graphic layer over his eyes, and it's layered with a whole bunch of sound effects here. So we have the screaming sound effect, we have the jump scare sound effect, then you can see here it cuts into all this glitching sound effects. So we have a custom glitch. This isn't actually just an overlay. Right here on adjustment layers, we took VR digital glitch and I put it on different layers here. On this one we did a wave warp, and this one VR chromatic aberrations. All 3 of those layered together, cut up like a cool glitch, and we added a sound effect to that. Next I'm going to go over the sound effects down here. We have the screaming, the horses, we have that rumbling sound right here, and we have that ear ringing sound effect as well, a little bit towards the end. Yeah, so we wanted to layer all those to kind of create the chaos there. Now the big part, the big hardest part was the actual moon. So I'm gonna hop over here to After Effects. It first started off with this moon right here. So I had keyframes kind of revealing the moon like that, and then it turned red with like a little glitch, kind of like that. Originally we had the moon glitching consistently. Instead we decided to make the whole image glitch rather than just the moon, because it looked a little bit out of place. First, I started with this layer. This is a 3D model. We didn't end up having it rotate, because it didn't really make sense. It was rotating and coming close, so I kind of left the model as it was. Here, this is where I was able to bring in the background that we wanted, and then I was able to track. If I zoom in here, we can see all the little tracking points of the moon, just like that. Yeah, so that shows all the tracking points because we wanted it to be locked on to the footage, so that wasn't like looking out of place, something like that. Yeah, so that was probably the hardest part. And then over that, what we needed to do is we needed to make sure that the moon was blending in with the background, so we added a whole bunch of effects to make it, we added noise to it to make it look like the camcorder. We added the VR blur, a mosaic, radial blur, and glowing edges. So there's a lot of effects into that made it kind of blend in with the background. I think it turned out pretty well because, for example, if I just remove all these, now we have a high quality moon in a blurry background. It looks out of place. So this just, it looks, holy shit, don't include that. Yo, wallahi, this is not being included. Obviously, it's not perfect. I've never done visual effects kind of like this before. We had this whole thing slowly coming red right here. So you can see the keyframing. It's slowly, the whole thing slowly starts to get red. And then it gets fully red, it stops, and then you hear the ear ringing and then cut. We just ended off with another pretty big glitch onto the TV turning off, as well as the sound effect and more static. And then for this credit sequence, I just had it scrolling down, kind of like that, nice and slow and smooth. Is that good? Say wallahi, bro, say wallahi.
And that is a wrap on The Moon is Getting Closer.
Let's go.
Yeah.